Hey, what's up guys, Garden here, coming to you guys with a discussion video today going over the brand new Keta Sanctuary ride line from DivineZ Set 7. So yeah, these are pretty cool. I checked them out earlier today and wanted to make a video discussing them. So let's get into it. So first of all, we have the starter. We have Houndrazer Kiika. Yep, just your regular starter. Draw if you go second when rode upon. Looks pretty nice, yeah, very cute. Like the artwork, like the little doggo in the corner there, so very good. So moving over to the grade 1, we have Houndrazer Izumi. So auto, when this unit is rode upon by Houndrazer Hakuren, you look at the top 7 cards of your deck and then choose up the one high beast from among them, call it to rear, and then shuffle the deck. And then whilst in rear, when this unit is boosted by a high beast, this unit gets 2000 power until end of battle. So yeah, pretty decent. So top 7 check, always good. A lot better than past skills where it was like top 5 and such. But yeah, just call a high beast. It's an easy +1 when brought upon, so pretty decent. And whilst in rear, it gets 2k when boosted, so by a high beast, so it's a 10k attacker in those occasions. But I don't really think you'll be playing more of these in the main deck, just the one in the ride deck probably. But it's there just in case. So the grade 2, we have Houndrazer Hakuren. So auto, when this unit is rode upon by Houndrazer Aoi. I think that's how you pronounce the grade 3 name. Correct me in the comments if I'm getting the name wrong, but yeah. So when brought upon, you look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up the one unit card with Houndrazer in its card name, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle the deck. And then if you did not reveal a card, call this card to Regaon Circle and Soul Charge 1. So that is a mandatory call that I'm noticing, is that you have to call this in soul if you don't call anything. So yeah, and it's a mandatory soul charge. So yeah, pretty decent, again another top 7 check for Houndrazer. The nice thing is that you could add persona rides in the hand with this, so it makes getting those a bit more consistent. And then the second skill is auto rear. When this unit is boosted by a high beast, choose a high beast normal unit from your drop and you may put it to the bottom of your deck. So you have recycling in this deck, which is pretty good. Yeah, you can just put your Sergions back, call them back out, use them again, recycle them. So this one I see is more likely to play in the main deck as well as the ride deck, just because of that recycling ability. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, pretty neat. And then we have the main grade 3 of the deck being Houndrazer Aoi. That's what I'm going to go with for now. So her skills, we have continuous Vanguard circle. All of your back row high beasts get plus 5,000 power. Also active during the opponent's turn. So really happy with this because I was kind of hoping that there'd be an extra benefit to having the high beasts in the deck, outside of the natural utility that they bring. But yeah, we get a power increase for these high beasts, so there is a reward. And then act Vanguard circle once per turn. Cost Soul Blast 2. Soul Blast 2 is a bit steep, but we'll go along with it. You search your deck for up to one high beast, call it to rear, shuffle the deck. So yeah, you get access to any high beast you want, which is pretty neat. So I like it. It is a Soul Blast 2, so we'll have to manage the soul a little bit. But that is fine, considering you can just get anything. So pretty decent. And then the last skill is Act Vanguard once per turn. Cost Counterblast 1. Choose up to one grade 1 or less high beast in your back row center rearguard column. And until the end of turn, that unit can attack from your back row. And it gets auto whilst on rear. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked, stand this unit, and this unit cannot attack until the end of turn. And then if your opponent's Vanguard's grade 3 or greater, perform drive checks for the battles of the chosen units attacked. Okay, so very interesting. So this is how you get your 4th attack for the turn, is that you're basically turning the center rearguard in the middle column. It's kind of similar to Grace in a way, in that you're attacking with that back row center rearguard, but it does perform a drive check. So if you go second, you do get a benefit there, but you don't get it if you go first. But yeah, pretty neat. I quite like that. And it's a Counterblast 1, so that is probably where you're going to be putting most of your resources in towards. So you want to make sure you've got CB open for the Vanguard swing. when this goes in. Well, actually, to be fair, this is an axe skill, so you actually do it beforehand. You don't do it like on the swing, so you actually prepare it beforehand. But yeah, pretty neat. So fourth attack, and we get drive checks from it as well. So pretty good. I like it. So we'll move on over to the support units that come in the main set. We have Regaon. So this is continuous if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater with Houndrazer in its card name. This unit gets all the following. Continuous back row center rear guard. During the battle this unit attacked, when your opponent would call cards from hand to Guardian Circle, they cannot call unless they call 2 or more at the same time. That's kind of nasty, isn't it? That's kind of nasty. Because it's going to be 13 at minimum because of the Vanguard power increase, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, the only thing about this is that your opponent could just intercept it, right? Because, you know, you just make... It's a 13k swing, but they could just intercept it, and then that's that. Because they'd only really counter the guard restrict if they're trying to call from a hand. So, yeah, you'd have to try find a way to give it some extra power in that regards. So, yeah. But I suppose the drive check can also make it more awkward, you know? Because even an intercept would make it a wonder pass at that point. So, yeah, kind of interesting. And then continuous Guardian Circle, this unit gets 5k power. So there's probably like extra utility with like intercepting basically, which is neat. So next we have the next grade one, which is Melgaon. I think that's how you say it, Melgaon. So auto, when this unit is placed on rear, if you have a Vanguard with Houndrazer in the card name, you either soul charge one or you energy charge one. Okay, that's pretty good. So we have easy access to soul or energy. Pretty neat. Okay. And then second skill is continuous back or rear guard circle. If your Vanguard is a Houndrazer, this unit gets 5,000 power. And if this unit is in your back row center rear guard, and your Vanguard is a grade 3 or greater, it gets 10,000 instead of 5,000. Alright, that's pretty decent. So with the Vanguard, the 5k power increase, that will turn this into a 23k attacker. Because it would be 18 on its own, and then the 5k making it 23. So pretty decent. And yeah, you just get resources out of this really easily, soul or energy. So that's pretty decent overall. I quite like it. All right, next grid 2 we have here is Houndrazer Mishiro. Really like the artwork in this one. Really nice. So auto, when this unit is placed on rear, if you have a Vanguard with Houndrazer in the card name, you compare the cost of Counterblast 1, look at top 7 cards of your deck, choose at the one grade 1 or less high beast from among them, call it to rear, and then shuffle the deck. And then if you did not call, you countercharge. So yeah, pretty good. Very similar to like Burning Horn Dragon from like Kagero in the Overlord deck. So top 7 check, and then if you fail, you get the Counterblast back, so you don't actually lose out on a resource, which is nice. You will have to be careful with this in the early game though, because if you're calling this down for a Counterblast, and then you need the CB for your next turn, yeah, you'd have to make sure you got a bit of leeway there, so you have a CB for the follow-up turn for your Vanguard skill. So, yeah. And then the second skill is auto rear once per turn. When this unit attacks whilst boosted by a high beast, you may soul charge 1. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, and you have 2 or more back row high beasts, this unit gets 10,000 power until the end of the battle. So yeah, pretty good. It's another soul charge outlet, so definitely got plenty of soul for the Vanguard skill, put it that way. And it also gets a 10,000 power increase, so that's also pretty good for just, you know, pressure, just being able to hit hard and get some good numbers as well. So pretty good. Alright, and then the final card here is Houndrazer Seishin. I think that's how you say it. Correct me of any of these names, guys. Like, please. You know, I want to make sure I'm getting them right. So continuous front or rear guard circle. All high beasts on your rear guard circle get intercept. Very cool. So that synergizes with the previous grade 1 that gains the extra shield value. So you can then intercept with it, get some shield there. Yeah, pretty good. And it's from the back row specifically. So, yeah. And then second skill, auto rear once per turn. When this unit attacks while boosted by a high beast, if your Vanguard is a Houndrazer, this unit gets 5,000 power till end of battle. And if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, you can pay the cost of Energy Blast 3, and then this unit gets a critical until end of battle. Also really cool. So yeah, he's another pressure outlet. So you got a unit that gets some power, and you got this guy that gets a critical. So pretty decent. So we actually have a pretty solidified lineup here in terms of the first wave of support for this deck. So that's pretty good. Now, in terms of some other hype beasts I actually considered when I heard about this unit being revealed, the first one, of course, is Regaon, because that's like the high beast in every Keta Sanctuary deck, and I can't see us not playing it in the deck. But what would be cool is if we had some other high beasts like Tigress from the Undercover series. That could also be useful, perhaps, but I don't know if the Energy Blast would kind of muddy the waters a little bit there, so not as much there, but it does gain shield, which is nice. And then the other high beast was Topaz, which is the the generic Keta grade 1 cat. It's a top 5 check for a call, or it can be a 20k shield, so that's pretty neat. But yeah, those were the main ones that I kind of thought about in terms of usefulness. And then there was a really old high beast for grade 2 called Goldgeon, which I even considered, because that was like a potential attack extender depending on what the grade 3 did, but looking in it now, I don't think that one's going to be used, probably. It sounds like you want to put more of these like Houndrazer units in the deck. That's where you're going to get most of your utility. So yeah, pretty neat. I'm quite happy with this overall. Really excited to pick this deck up, actually. It's been a while since I've like felt like this for a deck. But yeah, all the high beast units. I'm getting a, a high dog breeder Akane vibe with all this, and even like the old school Garmor, the Royal Paladin one that worked with like high beast units. I can't remember what they were fully called, but yeah, that was a neat concept back then. So yeah, the high beast theme, really cool. I definitely see Serulean being played in this. I don't think we can avoid that. But yeah, I've got a good feeling with this deck, just in terms of like giving Serulean like a proper home. If I'm going to use it in anything, I'd like to use it in the high beast deck, where it's properly for, basically, instead of splashing in like everything else. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with these. So tell me guys what you think about them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So this is Guardian signing out.